Hey guys, Linda Bomba here from lindabomba.net. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to get paid daily by using Google Maps. But before I get into that, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, click the red button below this video, click the little red bell icon. You'll get notified every time I put another video up. I am doing these every day. If you want to see how you can make money online, work from home, get some tips about YouTube, you definitely want to subscribe to my channel. So get paid daily by using Google Maps. And I'm going to go over here. I have pulled up, this is Google Maps. Now this is pulling up, it's picking up my IP address and stuff like that. These are some surrounding, this is like Philadelphia International Airport. I live outside the city of Philadelphia. I'm close to this. So what you want to do is you want to pull up Google Maps. And if I search gyms, you can see there's some search results coming up here. If I put something in, if I put hotels, you can see it's pulling up a bunch of hotels now. These are ones near me. And you can see that the first two results here, these are Google ads. And you can see because they're a Google ad, they're coming to the top of the search results. And if I scroll down this, you can see, look at all the different hotels that are coming up. There's tons of these here. And these are all falling down in lower places on the search result. And this goes on and on. It's doing 20 per page here. If I click this, there's two at the top of this, and then there's some more. So what I'm suggesting to you of how you can make and get paid daily by using Google Maps is to use Google Maps. Now I'm using hotels as an example. You could do dentists, doctors, gyms, restaurants, any really kind of business that you know that there's ones in. It doesn't really matter where you live. There's got to be dentists, doctors, restaurants, gyms that are around your area. And this particular strategy is, what I would do is I would get a notebook, get a journal, and I would start, what you can do is I would start contacting. Now if I'm going to use hotels as an example, since that's what I've got pulled up here, I would start contacting not the hotels that are showing up here with the ads, but these other ones. Now you can go directly to the website. If there's an email address, you could email them, or you could contact them through the actual website. But I think your best bet is to physically get on the phone and call them up, introduce yourself, say, and I'll show you how to do this, that you'll offer services to them to run a Google ad. Tell them, you can talk to the person and say, hey, when you do the Google searches, like if I was going to call this Embassy Suites, I would say you're coming up in the third search, and you could actually be in the first or second and get more business. And especially when you start going down, now you're exchanging time for money. This is not a passive strategy. If you stick to the end of this, I'll show you how I make a passive full-time income. You're going to have to get on. You have to start going through these and start contacting. And a lot of these, you're going to call, leave a message. If you don't talk to somebody, leave a message. Some of them aren't going to call you back. Some of them are going to say no. So you have to mix that into the amount of time that you're going to need to do this strategy, and the fact that you're going to I would start going through all of these. I would get a journal or a notebook and start keeping track of the ones you called. If you did speak to someone, their phone number and the person that you talked to, because you're going to need to talk to a decision maker, and offer to them. I would give them a trial of this. I would tell them that you'll give them a 3-day trial and send up a Google ad for them. You don't want to call these first ones because they're already doing an ad. That you can get them to the top searches, the top 2 searches, and do a trial 3 days. And what you want to do is you need a Google ad account. Now I'll leave a link below this particular video that you can set up a Google ad. And I don't want this video to go really long to start walking you through how to set up a Google ad. There are plenty of YouTube videos that'll walk you through. And what you can do is if you're brand new and you don't have a Google ad account, if you're on Facebook, you can come onto the site, create an account. If you go onto Facebook in the news feed, they'll actually target, you should see, if you don't, let me show you this, that a retargeting ad that'll pop up, and it may not work on this one. I'll give you another way you can do this. Set up your Google ad account, and probably because I didn't set one up and I'm not logged in, the Google ad is not coming up. Usually there's a retargeting ad that will offer you, and the reason I'm telling you this is, if I go back over here to Google Ads, the reason I'm telling you this is because they're running a promotion that if you have it, and it has to be a new account on this. It can't be, if you've already got an existing Google account, this isn't going to work. That they'll give you a $100 credit an account. You can actually start this for free. Now keep in mind, like, you go back over here and you're contacting these places, these different businesses, and I'm using hotels here as an example, that you're going to have to be putting some money out, and it's part of doing business. But you could do that with what I'm suggesting. If you don't get a retargeting ad on Facebook, I would call them. They do have customer support. I would call them and say, hey, I set up a Google ad account, I'm new to it, what promotion can I get? Because they'll give you the $100 initially to start this. You're going to have to put some money out from this. And if you've got, and if I offend anybody here, I apologize. If you've got a broke mindset and think that you can start a business that pays you every day, or that can replace a full-time income or something like that, and you think you can start something for free, I'm telling you, you're kidding yourself. And I get that about being broke, because when I started this, I've been doing this for 7 years now. I was broke, unemployed, and in foreclosure. And I mean, I did not have any income coming in at that time. And, I might have had a few dollars here and there by doing different things like walking people's dogs or driving somebody to the airport, just to be bringing some money in. If you're seriously wanting to make some money with this, you're going to have to upfront some money up front. And what you can do is you can take that $100, and you can initially probably get a couple of these, would say, hey, yeah, offer them a 3-day trial. Tell them you'll set an ad up for them, put $10 a day on it, advertising, just what because these are Google ads. You can get them to the top. In your account, you can see the analytics, you can track the clicks and stuff and who's going to the website. You can take that back and show them that you got a result. And the chances are, you could charge like $100, $150 a month to keep an ad running for them. And then at that, of course, their costs to run the ad, and monitor the ad for them and keep looking at it, tweaking it if you can get a better result. If they start getting business from it, I mean, some of these places, they'll hire you. You could charge, and once you get an ad up and it's getting clicks and it's getting people to the person's website, there's not a whole lot to do. I mean, monitoring it, yeah, you can check in on it. But for $150 a month, if you did a bunch of these, I mean, if you did 10 and you were making $150 each, that's $1,500 in a month. I mean, what could you do with $15? If you break that down, $1,500, and divide that by 30, if I got my calculator here, if I put $1,500 in here and I divide that by, let's see, well, 1,500, divide that by a month, that's breaking down to you making about $50 every single day. And for a lot of people, what would $50 a day do for you? What would another 15? And you can do more than that. I'm just kind of giving you a guideline of what you can do with this. And Google Maps, I mean, I'm just using hotels as an example, but there's tons of other businesses that they may not know about Google Ads. And obviously these websites that are coming up here, they're not at the top of the searches, so they're not doing it. These are just where they're falling in a search result. And you go down to the bottom of some of these, and some of these have 3, 4, 5-star ratings. They're not, And typically when people do a search like this on Google, they'll go to those top 2 results, and really I'd say the top 3 on Google. Although if you're in the first spot, I've ranked some YouTube videos for particular keywords that they're sitting in the first spot on Google, or a video that's on YouTube. You're going to get a whole lot more traffic if you're in those first 2 spots than you are, because some of these are just so far down. If you look at this, and there's 20 results to a page. If I click this and get another search result, there's 2, it looks like it's the same 2 ones, the courtyard, and it's 2 different ones. If they want to be at the top of the search results, you can help them with that. So this is a strategy that you are going to be exchanging time for money. And having to, physically start to, calling these places, and how many places you might have to call before you get, you get a couple of people that say, hey, yeah, they'd like you and offer them. I would offer them a trial, contact. This is a 800 number that you can call Google. If you don't get through with them, once you get set up an account, and setting up a Google Ads account is free. There is a chat there. You can contact them that way and ask them to give you some sort of promotion, because the promotions they've been running lately, they'll put $100 into an account. If it's got to be a new account. If you already have an account, I get another Gmail address and set up another account to do this, to get the $100. So if you found value with this video, please like it. Now, this is not how I make a full-time passive income. This is not passive. You're going to exchange time for money with it. And depending on your time and effort you put into it, it's going to determine how much you could potentially make with this. But if you want to see how I make a passive full-time income and get my #1 recommendation to work from home, click the first link below this video, and I'll see you on the inside.